And I believe we need such a cohort of leaders, a network of them around Africa, so that we really reinforce it. Really, um, the forces against are so huge that we really need a clique, a network, a strong network. And there's also a dearth of fresh ideas, be it in civil society or in government, right? We have this process, tendency to rehash, right? And no critical thinking. So you find people polarized, not on the basis of the common good, but on the basis of age-old reasoning, right? But this school provides some depth in terms of context, in terms of understanding the intrinsic dynamics that Africa finds itself in. And it's very practical. I went home to Zim, and one of the things that I found to be of immediate use is maths PDIA. Really to say, we need to approach this from a problem-driven perspective, and not from solutions. Like, we can't move around a bag of solutions that fit any circumstances, but we need to take each situation and try to understand the dynamics and work within them. Right? This is fresh, very different from anything that I've been in, and it speaks to the heart of what we do in practice. Right? Really, how do you develop? How do you build societies? How do you strengthen institutions practically? Or what are the incentives, the motivations? And context matters, right? Whether in Zimbabwe, even in the geography, the politics of Zimbabwe. And this is what the school gives us. These are the tools that I feel we've been given over the last 2 years. I found it exciting. We really need to strengthen the network in making sure that our graduates not only remain connected, but represent the school well, in terms of really taking the lessons and implementing them, and really showing what we are made of from what we've gathered from this school. I've had a beautiful experience. I've gone back to Zimbabwe, began to have different conversations from the ones that I've had before, right? And really to say, as the context shifts, you are prepared for it, right? You are prepared for it. You've been given sufficient tools to address and to meet the changes. And Zimbabwe is fast changing every day. I mean, we are 2 weeks away from an election, and there's changes that are imminent. And we need to be thinking ahead to see what kind of programming, right, what kind of interventions would work. Not some hippo in the savannah, in the Sahara, as Martin Andrews would say. What really works in Zimbabwe. And this is what the school gives us. This is how deep it goes, to say, look within and look for the solutions, build conversations, right? And try and understand context better. The ambience, the environment that is created, right? You really feel like you are in a family setup of sorts, right? And not least of all because of the kind of support we receive from the school admin. I haven't found, in all my years of learning, I haven't found an education institution which is so sensitive and which is so alive and which is so responsive, right, to the students. And this has really made us blend. Right? We relate to the lecturers, we relate to each other. We share even very personal issues, and we believe we found a support network, right, at a personal level and at a professional level, that you always have a team that you can fall back on and that can hold you accountable, and that you really feel this is more than a school. There's more than a school. For the first time, I've never had to go and register. Like, I don't even know if I'm registered. I had to ask, am I registered? And they do everything. Like, they really... And I think we owe it to the school also to... I mean, they've trusted. They have confidence in us. They've shown they've trust in us. They believe that we are a cut above the rest. And we really need to go and exhibit that in the workplace. By really... And this is how we promote the brand Nelson Mandela Graduate School, right? This is how we brand it, and this is how Africa will come to know of it from its products. The biggest call to Africa is how do we have visionary leaders who have integrity and who are ethical and who are principled? And I think this course has just emboldened us further. You know, we meet people with experience who have gone through, tried and tested, and I think we are in a position to be strong and to be ethical and to prove that leadership does change.